Kia ora koutou everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Kath. I've had a bit of a break from Cooking with Kath. I kind of lost my mojo about lots of things. However, I'm back, and I'm hoping that you will continue to enjoy the recipes that we do together. So today I'm going to make an Aslam butter chicken. Now it's different from your regular butter chicken, probably the one that you're used to with the creamy tomato sauce. This is just a little different, but equally, if not better, really delicious. So I have pre-cut some chicken thigh pieces, so into sort of little pieces, and about 500 to 600 grams. I'm cooking for 2 people. You adjust that accordingly to how many people that you are cooking for. So now I'm just going to make the marinade. Now I recommend sort of marinating this overnight, but up to 6 hours is pretty good, so all of those flavours can get into the chicken and that beautiful kind of marinade. So I'm going to start off with about half a cup of, this is Greek yogurt. There is a fancy curd that you can use, but yogurt's the same, and that's what I've got in the fridge, so that's what I'm using. So about half a cup of that lovely thick Greek yogurt, or if you want to get the fancy curd, please go ahead. So there's my yogurt. I need a teaspoonful of ginger paste and 1.5 teaspoons of garlic paste. However, there is this really great product here that combines the two. So I'm going to put about 2.5 teaspoons of this ginger and garlic paste that I got from my local Indian supermarket. Really delicious, and kind of cuts out the work that you have to do to get all of that prepared, which I do sometimes, but let's use this one for the marinade. Nice and easy. Okay, so the next thing I need is about a teaspoon of chili paste. I've just got the good old Master Foods one here. About a teaspoon. Adjust that according to how spicy you like it. But I'm going to put in, probably about a teaspoon of this chili paste. About a teaspoon. There we go. That goes in there like so. And the next ingredient is a lime. Now, our citrus trees are laden at the moment. Fantastic. We've got so many limes and lemons, and so this one is off our tree. So really it's just the juice of 1 lime. So that goes into your marinade mix there. My fancy squeezer. Oh, lovely citrus. So that's the juice of one lime. Perfect. Now some garam masala. I bought this jar so long ago, and it's just lasted and lasted and lasted. So I want about half a teaspoon, probably just over half a teaspoon of garam masala. That also has lots of lovely spices in, so it will give your marinade an extra kick. So you can adjust your chili accordingly. So that's your garam masala. Now, fenugreek leaves, I've used that in, I think, my original butter chicken recipe, the creamy tomato sauce one. We got some of this lovely fenugreek leaf. It's called kasuri methi fenugreek leaf. So you put about half a teaspoon to a teaspoonful of the lovely fenugreek leaves in there. There we go. And then a teaspoon of cumin powder. Teaspoon of cumin powder. Now, oh, whoops, that's not it. It's the garam masala. Here it is, just as well I stopped myself in time. So some cumin powder, just a teaspoon of that. And then, if you have ghee, use ghee. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just going to use melted butter that I've let sit for a wee bit, so that it's kind of like ghee really. So that's a tablespoonful of lovely melted butter, ghee if you've got it, and then some salt and pepper just to kind of add to all of that. I'll just grab that. So salt and pepper according to taste, just a bit of salt, probably half a teaspoon, and some nice freshly ground pepper there. You can use white pepper, black pepper, just pepper powder, but I have some grind there, so that's what I'm using. Now, mix all of those beautiful flavours together. That's a lovely marinade. So you mix all that together and then you rub it into your beautiful your chicken thighs that you've already cut into pieces. You can use chicken breasts, you can use chicken pieces if you like. That's up to you. But I've got chicken thighs because they do tend to end up being really nice and tender. It gives you that little bit more of a juicy flavour. So you're going to put all of that beautiful marinade that's all mixed together there over your chicken and leave it overnight or for up to 6 hours ready to do your cooking. Now, if you're doing this expertly, you would have a charcoal sort of fire there that you can grill them over. I don't. So I'm going to show you just how I'm going to do that just in my regular kitchen. I don't really have a charcoal fire available. You could do it on your barbecue if you like. But we'll be back soon once that chicken is marinated to complete the rest of our recipe. I'm going to cook also alongside this a beautiful coconut rice. Now you can also use the flat bread recipe that I showed you in a previous video. Delicious, lovely. You can wrap the chicken up with your lovely coconut rice. However, if you want to just buy some nice naan bread from the Indian supermarket and cook it yourself, that's fine too. But I shall be back and we will complete our recipe together. See you soon. Kia ora, welcome back. The chicken is now been marinating mine has been marinating overnight, and it is all ready to now put on the baking tray, ready to brown in the oven. So you can, as I say, marinate this overnight or no less than 6 hours and it will be beautifully ready and tenderized. So as you can see, I've laid out these lovely bits of chicken thigh on my baking paper. I have my oven on grill, preheated there, ready. And what I'd like you to do is to just brown these lovely chicken thighs on one side and then the other. They are quite thin, so they won't take too long. So that will pretty much cook them through. So browning, and then halfway through, once they're nice and golden brown on top, turn them to brown the other side. Now, I'd like you just to put drizzle a little bit of butter over the top of these thighs, and then a little more once you turn them. This recipe is very buttery. This is what sets it aside from your classic kind of tomatoey, creamy butter chicken. This is quite different, and it does have quite a bit of butter. So great for you folks out there who are doing your keto. If you have health issues or hearts to look after, as we all do, you don't need to use so much butter, but it does really bring all those beautiful flavors together. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the oven, turn it until it's golden on both sides, and then I'll be back with you very shortly and I'll show you how to do a beautiful coconut rice to accompany this dish. Alright, see you shortly. Hi guys, welcome back. So now that our chicken is in the oven, and I'm going to show you how to make this delicious, lovely coconut rice as an accompaniment. So to start with, you are going to use some either coconut oil. You can use whichever brand you've got. I've got this one, so a little bit of coconut oil. Now the coconut part of the coconut rice consists of three kind of bits, lots of coconut. So I've got the coconut oil here. Oh, quite hard to get out after being in the fridge. But use a bit of coconut oil in your fry pan. That's just to saute your garlic and your onions. I'm just going to get a knife to help me. Okay, yeah, so a bit of this lovely coconut oil. There we go. That can go in there. So as you can see, a bit of coconut oil in the fry pan, and one onion that's been chopped really finely can go in as well. Pop that in there, and a couple of good sized garlic cloves. You can put as much as you like, and I usually put more. So there we go, a couple of garlic cloves finely chopped as well. So I'm going to go over there and just saute those, and I will return once that's done. See you shortly. Okay, so my onions and garlic have sauteed nicely there. So I'm just going to add a few things to add some delicious flavour to all of that, to the onions and garlic now. So in there I am now putting a stick of cinnamon into the rice and garlic, about 3 cardamom pods, and about 5 cloves to go in there as well. So pop those in with your onion and your garlic, which is nicely sauteed. You can also at this point put in 2 cups of basmati rice, so that can go in as well. And maybe at this point you want to put a little bit of salt. Now if you like your food nice and spicy, you could also put a little bit of cayenne pepper, depending on how spicy you like it. Now I don't want it too spicy, so I'm just going to put in just, I guess it's a pinch of cayenne pepper, just a pinch. It's always better to have, to add more rather than put in too much to start with. So there we go, that's my pinch of cayenne pepper. Now take it back over to the heat, and then just let that rice and everything, all of those lovely spices, mix together for a couple of minutes. And after that we are going to add the second lot of coconut. So 2 cups of coconut water. I've got about a cup or 3/4 of a cup of grated fresh coconut. Now I bought a coconut from the supermarket this morning. They were really cheap. You can just use coconut, desiccated coconut would be fine. But I bought a coconut, used the coconut water from it, and grated this, the fresh coconut, which actually ended up cheaper than buying all the other things. So I'm going to pop in my fresh coconut in there now with the rice mixture. Just let that, put it back on the heat, let that just sizzle away for a moment, and then you're going to add your fluids, and I'll come back and we'll do that together. Alright, so now my rice has just, as I said, sizzled away with those spices, so a cinnamon stick, some cardamom pods and some cloves, with that lovely fresh grated coconut. I'm now going to add the fluids. So here I have 2 cups of coconut water, so that's the 3rd coconut element. We've had our coconut oil, our freshly grated coconut, and now the lovely coconut water, and also about 1 3/4 cup of water. So they go in now into your pot, into your sort of pan with your rice and spices. Put the lid on and just lower the heat to let that just gently simmer away for about 15 minutes. Don't take the lid off. And then once that's done, you can leave it to sit. So let that continue to cook so that the steam keeps cooking it for another 10 minutes. And then I'll be back in our chicken, add the last few things to our chicken. So we add another beautiful sauce to our chicken, and then we'll plate up and enjoy. Kia ora, welcome back. So here we have the chicken that has been grilled and browned in the oven. Now I've put that into this fry pan with whatever was left over of your marinade and the juices from the oven, and just cook that away until some of those juices reduce down as they have here. So the final part of this very special butter chicken is to add some cream and some yogurt, or the curd that we talked about earlier. So it's just about 1/2 cup of yogurt. So it's 1/2 cup of yogurt there, and about 1/4 cup of cream. 1/4 cup of cream. Now the other ingredient that is in this particular delicious dish is this lovely spice called chaat masala, and it's kind of a salty, yummy, spicy flavour that you kind of sprinkle over your chicken before adding your lovely creamy yogurty mixture there. So I'm going to pop my chicken into a bowl that I have here. So this is a lovely preheated bowl ready for serving, and I'm going to put all my chicken in there like so, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this lovely chaat masala. You can have a wee taste of it before you put it on, so you know what you're putting on, because it is quite an unusual spice, maybe one that you haven't heard of before. So I'm just going to sprinkle probably a teaspoonful of that lovely chaat masala over the top there. It gives it a beautiful lift. So that's about a teaspoon. You can add less, taste it first, so you can get a sense of what that flavour is like and how much you would like on yours. And then finally you are going to put this delicious creamy yogurty mixture, mix it up well together, and that goes over the top. And that is your Aslam butter chicken. Now I'm going to come back to you in a moment. Our rice is just sitting, doing its last bit of steaming, and we will plate up together, ready for a delicious meal for me and Gary tonight. So we'll be back in a moment. Alright, now we're ready to bring this delicious meal together. So the rice is finished cooking, so that cooked away for about 15 minutes and then sat for another 10 just to finish off in that lovely steam with the lid on. Please now take some of your bigger spices out. So you've got your cinnamon sticks, your cardamom pods, and your cloves that are in there. Take those out. And the very final decadent part, but very important part of our Aslam's chicken is the butter that goes over the top. So here is our delicious chicken in the creamy sauce with about 3 tablespoons of butter to finish it off. That's the butter chicken part of this particular recipe. So here we go, let's pop it in our lovely bowl. So some beautiful, beautiful, lovely, fluffy coconut rice with our delicious, lovely, creamy, yummy Aslam chicken. I really hope you enjoy this recipe. Now you can add some naan bread or whatever bread you like, or please go back and refer to my lovely flat bread recipe from a previous video. But I hope you enjoyed cooking with Kath. It's a beautiful day here in Hawke's Bay, Aotearoa. And to all the mums out there, happy Mother's Day. And to those that might be feeling a little sad on Mother's Day, love to you too. Lots of kindness. Please be good to each other in this crazy old world that we're in at the moment. There's lots of loveliness around us. If you choose, please check out my YouTube video and subscribe and share the love with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, lots of love from me. Ngā mihi. Bye.